Hi, it's Mark here. I'm sure lots of us have been working along at something, struggling along, burning the midnight oil, whether it's in a career or perhaps in a lifestyle change, only to be halfway through the task and wonder, why the heck am I doing this anyway? What did I hope to achieve? That's why it's important at the start to set a goal, determine what it is you hope to achieve and why you're doing it. Now, it's good to have plans of action, but plans of action without an endpoint or a goal can easily become plans of inaction. You end up wasting your resources, you end up getting frustrated, and ultimately this leads to failure. So step number one is set your goal. Step number two is write the goal down. Now, I can't stress this point enough. What Jennifer and I have done is we've printed off our goals and put them in a frame. This sits on the desk next to the computer in our office as a constant reminder of what it is we hope to achieve and why we're doing it. Now, it doesn't matter which method you use. You maybe want to use a calendar with pictures of those exotic locales you're going to visit once you've earned your first million in your new business. Or maybe it's a picture of a swimsuit model, and that's what you're going to look like after you complete the new exercise routine you've embarked on. Hey, it doesn't matter what method you use, just make sure it's there in your face as a constant visual cue reminding you of what you hope to achieve and why you're doing it. Now, when you set your goals, you want to make sure they're SMART goals. And you can use the acronym SMART, that's S-M-A-R-T, to help you do this, where S stands for specific. You don't want a vague goal. You want, for example, you don't want to say something like, hey, I'm going to get into shape. What does that mean? Does that mean you want to be an Olympian next week? Or do you just want to lose a couple of pounds to fit in that new outfit that you just bought? You're better off saying, I'm going to lose 10 pounds in 5 months. Now, the M in SMART stands for measurable. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. So you want to have a system out where you track your progress. For example, if you're losing the 10 pounds in 5 months, you may say, I'm going to weigh myself and I'm going to lose 2 pounds every month and I'm going to record that. And this way you can check your progress and adjust your plan of action accordingly. Now, the A in SMART stands for attainable. You want to make sure that the goal truly is attainable, that you have the skills and the necessary resources to get there. Now, you can also break your goal down into smaller chunks, so to speak. Instead of swallowing the whole large goal at once and getting discouraged, if you have a series of steps along the way, and you say, for example, I'm going to lose 2 pounds a month, it makes it easier to reach that final goal. And you get a sense of accomplishment along the way when you achieve each smaller level towards that goal. Now, R stands for realistic. This isn't a synonym for easy. Realistic means, in this case, is it truly doable? And only you can really answer this. You have to look at your resources and you have to look at why you're really doing this goal. Is it, let's say, for example, I want to get into shape. Is it realistic for me to want to run the Boston Marathon tomorrow to do it? Not likely, unless they want to carry me away in a stretcher. That's probably the actual realistic outcome of that. So you want to devise a plan or a way of getting there which makes the goal realistic. If I want to run the Boston Marathon, I'll train and I'll say, okay, by the end of the year, I want to be running 5 kilometers, and so on. Be sure that you set your goals so that you can attain them with some effort. By setting the bar too low, it sends the message that you aren't very capable. You want to set the bar high, but not too high that you're never going to reach that goal. And I'm not saying don't dream big. That's contrary. Dream big by all means, but dream realistically. Set the bar high enough for a satisfying achievement. Now, T in SMART stands for timely. You want to set a time frame for the goal. And it's very important that you keep to that time frame. The minute you start changing it or extending it, is when you fail to reach that goal. I'm sure we've all been there. We procrastinate and we constantly move the timeline to our advantage. If I were to say, well, I'm not losing these 2 pounds quick enough in the month, I think I'm going to change it to losing the 10 pounds in a year. Year comes and goes. I don't hit that target, and so on. We've all been there. Stick to the time frame, and it'll happen. So, to sum up, set your goal, write your goal down, make sure the goal is a SMART goal by ensuring that it's specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Do that, and guess what? You're way on your way to success, and hey, I'll be joining you there.